the New York Times, it seems to me, has a virtual beat. And in that beat, which often merits a front-page story, the beat is the President Trump is an aberrant president, and this beat, I would argue, is sort of largely owned by Maggie Haberman, and I know the president's views of Maggie Haberman, and yet why does he speak to her?
What do you mean his views of her?
Well, I know. I mean, his views of her is he doesn't like her. I mean, I've
Why
heard
would you
this.
Say that?
Well, because he's told me.
Michael, I just have to push back. That's just not true. I think it's inappropriate to say who the president does not like, respectfully. And you just made my entire point about how he's covered like he's, a guy sitting next to you on the bus. He's the president of the United States, and he obviously her because he gave her an interview last week.
No, well, that's what I'm asking.
She's one of two journalists he called right after the health care bill.
Totally, and I'm wondering why she literally writes. You can't not follow what she says and not conclude that this is her. Literally, it's a beat. The aberrant presidency of Donald Trump, New York Times beat. She's the writer on that beat. I know what the president thinks. I mean, I know what he's said about her, and yet he reaches out to her. So I'm just wondering what. I mean, maybe that's a good thing. You can say, you reach out to people.
Well, it certainly
who don't like
undercuts the ongoing premise that, he's not giving access to the press, or he's not fair to the press. He does. He gives interviews. But I just have to back up because you've mentioned somebody by name who I regard as a very hardworking, honest journalist who. Yeah,
no, it's on me. You didn't mention.
No, she's a very hardworking, honest journalist who happens to be a very good person, a good person, a mom of three who works hard, who seems ubiquitous in print and on TV. And I think just had a really nice profile written about her. But since you mentioned somebody by name, it just felt a little uncomfortable. But look, Donald Trump is somebody who, as a businessman, as a successful businessman, as a very well-known New Yorker, who bet on New York and had vision when no one else would, who's a master brander, who is successful on television, he is somebody who has always dealt with the press. This is not unusual, unfamiliar, uncomfortable for him at all.